Hello, this is Wallace, Poland's main toy dude. Today we are not going to talk about a toy. No, we are going to talk about an accessory for toys and models, and I have high hopes for it. And by this accessory I mean Display Turntable Black by Tamiya. Yes, Tamiya, the company that provides all modelers with paint for their stuff. Now, some of you might ask, why did I buy this? And the answer is, I was quite inspired by what I've seen done by Robert 184 of Gundam Model Kit fame. At one point he started to use a similar device made by Wave, which allowed him to spin his models freely in the screen without touching them. It created a really majestic, wonderful look, and it just improved the quality of the review overall. So I decided, why not try the same in my reviews? So I started searching, and I was trying to get what Robert 184 has, I think it is Wave's this turntable BB, standing for black. However, HLJ and other shops had it out of stock, and on eBay I couldn't find it for a sensible price. So once I spotted this thing on eBay, it costed around $27 without shipping, when with shipping around $40 for me. And I thought, why not try it? It looked decently enough, so I gave it a chance. And after 2 weeks of waiting for it to arrive, here it is. And now we are going to make a very, very detailful review of this, starting with the box, assembling it, doing other things until I say my final verdict, what I think about it, because honestly I haven't turned it on yet, I haven't really taken it out of the box yet, so this is going to be a first-hand experience for me as much for you. And I'm also doing this review because while browsing for this very product on YouTube, I realized that there are some videos about this thing, only all of them are in Japanese, so I thought it would be nice if someone reviewed this in English, and since I have the opportunity, I have the will, I thought, why not? Which is why we are here today. So, enough of the initial banter. Now let's take a look at the box, because it's quite an interesting thing to look at. So, part 2, here we go. We shall start the Tournée with the cover, because I think it makes sense. So, pretty much accurate to its name, this is entirely in monochrome black and white, except for the title and the Tamiya logo, which are in brown, and it differs from the other version, which is grey turntable, because there it's dark blue, but that's not really relevant. And it shows us some ideas how to use this. So we have a Porsche that I swear I had once, a motorcycle, a fighter jet, and a tank. And you can already see that these are on different types of settings. We have something like mirror coating and something like brick coating, and that's in fact what you can do with this set. What is really interesting about this though is from the start you can tell Tamiya knew someone from outside Japan would buy this, because it's almost entirely bilingual. So let's look at the English one. Pre-assembled, cool black color. Yes, Japanese like the cool word. Mirror surface and brickwork pattern sheets, like I said. 2 selectable speeds, and requires one R20D UM1 battery, not included. Thankfully I already purchased it, but I can tell you it's a massive battery, so this requires a powerhouse. And here we have the same, only in Japanese. So the sides are pretty much not impressive, though you can see the item number and what I think is the original price, 3,000 yen. At least that's what my experience with Gunpla taught me. The same we have here, nothing special. Here we have, let's do this first. Display Turntable Black. And we have the Japanese things. It looks like some caution, but thankfully we have translation already. It's a really nice translation. Caution, read before assembly. Keep out of touch of small children. Children must not be allowed to put any parts or packaging material in their mouths. Makes sense. Remove battery from the product after use. Grease must not be inhaled or ingested. Keep away from eyes and skin. If accidental exposure occurs, immediately flush with water and seek medical attention. Yes, because this comes with grease to lubricate the gears that are inside, which I think is a good idea. Do we have something interesting here? Tamiya America. Oh, Tamiya America. Made in Philippines. Oh, I thought it was made in... It's Tamiya, Japan. Oh well. This is confusing. So, here we can see that it's upside down. Yeah. And we have two pictures showing how to change speed. So, unlike Wave, this is not based on the switch on the side, but on the placement of gears, from what I can tell. Yeah, there are two positions around the electric motor, and however you place the gears, it alters the speed. I'm going to talk about it later. So yeah, 5 centimeters, Tamiya, the code bar if you really need it. And I think it's time to look at the most interesting part, which is the back. It has a big picture, and it has lots of English words, so let's look at them. Display turntable. This pre-assembled turntable is perfect for displaying scale models. It includes luxurious mirror sheet and brickwork pattern diorama sheet. 2 rotational speeds can be selected by changing drive gear. Table features diameter of 20 centimeters and height of 5.5 and is made of durable black ABS resin. The table is capable of bearing up to 2 kg of weight. Choice of 1.6 or 3 rounds per minute rotational speeds. 1 battery, not included, can operate the table for 25 days when used 10 hours a day. Well, that's nice. Notice to ensure long battery life, lubricate rotating parts and place model on the center of the table. Makes sense, and I must say I'm really impressed by the quality of this English version. Well, perhaps this was written by an American, but it really still makes me very impressed. So now let's look at this, and this is a really nice thing because, okay, that's one side. It shows you that this is most likely going to be at least partly assembled by yourself. So pre-assembled, yeah, the base with the motor engine, but some parts will most likely have to be assembled by yourself. But that's not. I'm not sure if that's really such a bad thing. So let's look at this. Name of parts. Oh yeah, so we have the mirror or brick sheet, the shield, as I call it. And yeah, I can already see what's with the gears. It looks like we have 2 rings of edges on the shield, so the closer it is to the axis, the faster is the rotation, or something like that. So we have the name of parts, so you know what you're looking at. Yeah, like we said, swap this place of the gears for slow rotation and for fast rotation. Lubricate shaded parts. So there are some parts to lubricate. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with that yet. And we have the battery where you place it, and it looks like there's a hole down there to make it easier to push it out. Never use NiMH batteries. Good, I have alkalins. Hold to it, yeah. Hold to it with battery removal. And yeah. So that's pretty it. So it looks like it's going to be a modeler's experience to even put this to functioning, but I think just looking at that, this is not such a bad thing, because it will make this very easy to repair, very easy to access parts that need adjusting. So I think overall, so far, this looks promising. Okay, so we've seen the outside. Now let's take a look at the inside. By using the secret hatch on the side, we pull out what we get inside. And what we get is a separate sheet with the 2 sheets for the top of the shield. And we have this Scotch tape twin side. And I think this is also covered with a protective foil, and I'm not sure at this point if I'm ever going to remove it, because I'm afraid of scratching it after some usage. Though you can see this is bendy, which means this most likely is cardboard, which I think actually it's a good thing, because I have access to silver metallic cardboard in some quantity, so if this ever breaks up, I can just cut out a new sheet. And since I have also double-sided Scotch tape, this should prove changing the sheet quite easy. And if we turn it around, we have the brick thing for tanks and military stuff, I suppose, because who would like to display transformer on a sidewalk? Because that's what can be treated as. And now, the interesting thing is that when I trace it with my thumb, I can feel different depths of texture, which means the bricks are higher than the fillings, which makes it, well, quite interesting concept. I really like that. So yeah, we'll deal with this later. And now let's look at this. I'm not going to unfoil it yet, but we'll get to that. But until then, let's just look. Yeah, this looks like no screw holes. It just goes on. You let it fall and it falls into place. Nothing special. And here we have the base. And you can see the base has no cover. So just pulling it, turning it upside down, you already have access to the electric motor. And I think that's actually a good thing. But, oh, okay, on one side, this enforces you not to put it on any surface that might damage the thing, but it makes access and repairs and other things easier, as long as you don't destroy the cabling accidentally. And here we have the battery hole, and through it I can see the gears in another foil sheet, which means this is in fact going to be half self-assembly. So, how does it look outside of the foil bags? We shall see in part 2, because I think this is already around some 10 minutes and I don't want to bore you to death with a single 20 or 30 minute video, so we're just going to cut it into pieces. And the next piece I'm going to take it out of the bags, assemble it, make tests and give my final verdict. So, see you soon in part 2.